It's a boldface question. Step 1 is to figure out the conclusion of the argument. See, this part here is the conclusion. In simple words, what it means is that half the case reported being spurious is likely not correct. Step 2 is to link the boldfaces with the conclusion. See, the first boldface here is a finding, a circumstance that the argument analyzes, and in the process of its analysis, the argument reaches its conclusion. And the second boldface is an explanation that supports the argument's main conclusion. So with that groundwork, let's look at the answer choices. See, anything on the lines of a claim being disputed by the argument or a finding whose accuracy is evaluated is not going to be correct. The argument is not assessing whether the information presented here is correct. The argument is about cautioning against drawing certain implications from the first boldface. It's not about questioning the accuracy of the first boldface, and therefore answer choices such as A and D are not going to be correct. Then please see this term a conclusion is used for an intermediate conclusion. The intermediate conclusion here is unsaid implicit that the cases reported may be spurious, and the main conclusion is that no, the cases reported are not spurious. So look at choice B. The first is a claim that has been used to support a conclusion, the intermediate conclusion, but no, the intermediate conclusion has not been accepted by the argument. The argument says otherwise, that no, the cases reported may not have been spurious. C. Do not warrant drawing the conclusion that the reported cases are spurious. Assuming the cases reported to be spurious is an intermediate conclusion, and the main conclusion is just the opposite of it. So no, the argument does not accept this intermediate conclusion. Answer choice B should be eliminated. In answer choice C, the problem is that it says that the argument provides further evidence for this intermediate conclusion. That is not correct. The argument does not provide further evidence for the intermediate conclusion. The argument goes on to contradict the intermediate conclusion, and therefore answer choice C is not going to be correct. We already eliminated answer choice D. Let's confirm answer choice E now. The first is a finding. Yes, this can be very well called a finding. This is a concrete fact whose implications are at issue in the argument. So remember in the beginning of the video when I was linking the conclusion with the bold parts, I said that the first is a circumstance, a finding whose implications are at issue in the argument. So yes, this first part is absolutely correct. Look at the second part here. The second is a claim. See, this is a judgment, and therefore this can very well be called a claim. In fact, answer choices which use a term like evidence for the second boldface have one more reason for being incorrect. A judgment, an opinion, is not the same as an evidence. So the second is a claim presented for the purpose of arguing against inferring certain implications from the finding. These certain implications are what the intermediate conclusion was, that the reported cases may have been spurious. So this second part here argues against inferring certain implications from the finding, the certain implications being the intermediate conclusion that the cases reported are spurious. The reasoning is that in certain companies, employees do not have any incentive for reporting such cases, and therefore in companies where there is no such provision for incentive, the reported cases are fewer in number. Answer choice E does everything right. E is the correct answer choice.